my battery went dead while I was mid-sentence, as I said would happen. Okay, we were getting ready to do some actions. I think we really need to think and focus on victory objectives. This A unit here, if we can wipe this out, we will take all of the A's. I've been pushing hard here to take the E's, and this one is an E. So here's where I'm going with this. I don't need to take B. I just need to have 8 other spots. So maybe I'm trying too hard up here. Maybe I need to give it up. This over here, I think I'm getting close. I just need to take this out. So that's where we're at with this, and I need to start doing my actions. I already placed 2 of the garrisons, as you can see, and I still have 3 actions to place. This one was... Did I already do some actions on that last video? I think I did. I'm so sorry, because when the battery goes dead, I have to go find a charger, and then I was like, okay, well, I'll start uploading to YouTube, and that takes a while. I would swear... Yeah, I did do some actions. I gave him the hero. His action was taking this out, because I know he took an action to move here after I disrupted him. This has a range of 2. I don't remember these guys going, though. Dang it. I need to go look, and I can't. Did I do all of that last turn? I think I did, because my Japanese actions are just red, purple, and blue. And purple is not redisrupted over there. So this action was from last turn. I think the only thing I messed with was here. I know I laid these 2, because you can see I only have 1 left, and I was complaining, what happens if I run out? That's what I was talking about. So this guy needs to go. And yes, that's what happened, because I couldn't move these 2 guys. I wanted to move them to help here, but he was the only one that could move because I was out of action. So we can still go, and I always go right to left, so there's no reason I would have started over here. So right to left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Done. This guy is a hero tank, and this guy gets a free action. So this hero and this guy are both going to close combat. This one, which can only be destroyed with close combat. So this guy gets 1, 2, 3 for the CC, and nothing else. So 3 cards for the Japanese. And then we have 6 pips. So we're going to get 6 cards. And then 1 more for the hero for 7. So I gotta hold the camera because I'm using my backup here, which zooms in a lot more and also doesn't have the tripod. Okay, they are disrupted, so we skip them, and we're looking for brown. So our turn, we have heroism, and somebody pointed out that I missed this once before. So we've actually never seen heroism, so I don't even know what it does. And so that person, when he left his comment, he asked me if it would have helped, and it sounds cool, heroism. Add a card to the card pile of the side revealing this card, and remove a card. Ooh, that really, yes, to answer his question, that would have helped. So we get a card, and then they lose a card. And I think it's just a discard. So, ooh, that would have been a hit for them. So that helped. Cha-ching, that heroism helped. We didn't hit, though. So now he goes. And he hits us, of course. So I'm not going to hit my hero unit, so this one will take damage. Then we go, and he got a reinforce, but he's already reinforced. We miss. He goes, and he misses. So now we have a whole buttload of cards. All we need to do is get 2 hits out of this. There's hit number 1. Uh-oh, we got to do these in order. There's hit number 1 and conscript surrender. He's not surrendering, but he gets hit, so that's removed. So this is destroyed, but you're going to see this next card is reinforce. So as soon as we removed one, he gets another depth marker. So now we got to hit twice again, and we miss. And he would reinforce, and we miss. We miss again, and we miss again. I can't believe this. This is how many times in a row? How can we get so many cards and miss so many times? We even had that heroism event. All right, well, that is the last holdout for position A. And in order for us to claim we have all of zone A, we need to take that, and we just can't. No matter how hard we try, we can't get it. So these two are disrupted, and I think I'm going to use my engineering markers next turn to undisrupt them. I have to, because we got to take it. So this tank here is in range of the HQ, and this was a bazooka, and then we needed close combat again. So we got another close combat going on with these two attacking him, and I'm going to do it because I have to. This one is going to do... okay, we got a couple of things going on. So let's do this first. So he gets 3 cards. For the Japanese, they get 3 cards. We have 8 pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This tank doesn't need to help him, so he's going to move in 3 spaces to there, so he can help take that piece of crap out. All right, so we're talking purple now. They're not disrupted, so they go first, and they don't get purple. Let me just put the camera in the right spot here for you. Okay, so now it's our turn, and we have purple. So we just destroyed his depth marker, and he goes, and he misses, and we go... I'm sorry. He would have lost that card when we hit him, so now he goes, and he hits us. So we have 2 full-strength units, so I do have to take damage on a beautiful unit. So that's the card we would lost. And then we go, and we just need conscript surrender. He's a conscript, so he does surrender. We don't go anymore. Got to pay attention. You know what would have been nice? These needed to be a different color. They would have been easier to spot. But with that being said, we got it. So this guy here is holding on to this. Technically speaking, if he can't get communication, they're never going to go here, but they could infiltrate. So that's why he's holding on to it. Okay, so we do have 1 unit left. This guy, he can start taking this, but that's right. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to attack. This is going to barrage that spot. I got to put these cards away. These go away. And this top card is the barrage. There's the red. That's what we needed. We needed red. So what we wanted to do was disrupt him. He's on a coastal. Oh, he's not coastal. He was coastal here, but he's not there. Dang it. I can't barrage. Okay, so he's going to move 1, and now he's in the intense fire and has to stop. And this one, we got a pickle here, so he's going to move here to take the orange. And now he has a range 2, so he can hit stuff. This guy will move forward to try to take him. And what's he? We don't even know what he is. So are these guys in a range? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are in range. So all three of these guys are attacking him. And this tank is going to help, because remember that tank couldn't have barraged. So he got his action back, if you will. So first thing is he needs to be flanked and radio. We have the radio, but we don't have the flank. If this guy joins the attack, we would have had the flank. So it is a strength 4. He is in a building, so that's an 8 strength. So we have 3 and 5 is 8, and 9, and 4 is 13. We didn't even have double. Ooh. So we have no, we're greater. He already has depth. Our attackers are disrupted. Come on. So we got a disruptor there and there. That hurts so badly. I can't even express. Okay, so this one we'll try to disrupt him. Or you know what? He's already disrupted. So that's not an issue. Well, I could have had this tank help him. I didn't even notice that. So that would have been 3, 4, and 9, and 4 is 13, and 4 is 17. I'm going to do that. I know it's changing things, but I'm trying to hurry this game along because I'm only a few turns from ending, and I would have attacked with both of these tanks because there's nobody else for him to attack anyway. So this brown unit's an issue. We have a hero here, and I'm going to move him. See, he's in the intense fire, so I'm going to move him one step closer to that. This is an issue. It's an inland. I can't do anything until I reveal that. Yeah. I do have... Do I still have 3 actions? Yeah, I do. I used 1 over there. I still have 2 actions left. This HQ has a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. So these units all move for free. This one has a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of these are moving for free. This guy's disrupted. He's going to lose his disruption marker. The artillery here is going to try to disrupt purple because we need to keep that guy disrupted, and we succeeded. So good news there. This guy wasn't able to do anything because he was disrupted, but these 3 will do close combat again. So I'm sending everything I got at this sucker. He's a Japanese guy with 2 freaking cards. And we are going to get 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And watch us lose. Okay, he's disrupted, so he doesn't even get to go first. We need a brown. We got a brown. Thank goodness. He's finally dead. My gosh, was that guy hard. All right, so we won. Put all the other cards back. I guess we could have saved something for this, but I mean, with the way this game had gone, the answer was no. We're not saving anything. These support markers, I don't know if they really are component limited. Like for example, I would garrison here, you know, like that, but I don't know. So like, what am I going to do next turn when I get 3 support markers and there aren't any to get? I'm going to assume that I just can't lay more garrisons, but I could still like remove disruption markers, which I plan on doing. So that's how I'm going to play, and somebody can always make a note if they know something that I don't for any viewer who I'm leading astray. Last but not least is here, and these 2 will attack this. I'm concerned that they don't have a lot of strength. Like, that's only 5 strength. It's not much. There's nothing else I can do except wait. But I'm going to attack, because then that makes him available to be destroyed later. And of course, he's close combat. But we did disrupt him, and that part was the good part. And that also means that this guy with his free move can go there, and then I'm going to use one action to move this guy to the purple. If we can take him out, we're going to have D. This one is an E. That's an E. This is an E. That's an A. And these three are A. So I think we're going to have D if we can pull this off. And then, of course, B, I don't think we're going to have all of B, but we can at least take some of it. And then C, I don't think we're going to even be able to touch. But that's what I'm shooting for here. Because with F and A, and let's say D is the third one we take everything of, that's our 3. And then the fact that we have all these E's is easily the 8 other spots we need to win. So we don't even need B to win. So that's our situation. We're down to the final 3 turns. And I do have to shuffle again. So I have one more action that I could have done. I don't think there's anybody... Well, no. Because I'm trying to hold on to spots and do things. There wasn't anybody who didn't move that I wanted to move. Everybody was either disrupted or whatever. So, and then the engineers, I'm still keeping them along the shore because I'm assuming I still get the points. I just can't lay more garrisons. Okay, so I think, oh, I almost dropped all the cards. If I focus on just D and E and A, I do need to have 3 of them completely done. So F is one of them. Yeah, so whichever one I don't completely get done, I'm going to have 8 of it. So I don't need to worry about B. In fact, I can probably retreat all my units from there and just let B be whatever it wants to be in the Army reserves. Okay, so that might be the plan. All right, so let's draw our event, and we get a hero marker. It is the very last hero marker. I'm not sure it matters, but I am having to use a token on him, so I might as well make him a hero. Why not? Actually, I don't think I can move him because he's in a crucial spot to win the game. I'll make him the hero anyways. Yeah, I will. Okay, so now we do the Japanese attack, and we have a double gold. I don't think there's a gold anywhere. We're good. Purple star. So this purple, other than it being a great Chinese place, purple star, we do remove that disruption. And this purple, nothing happens because the star doesn't do anything special. Then we have a green reinforce, which makes this green guy lose his disruption marker, but I don't think anything happens because that green over there doesn't, nothing happens because he's not within 2 spaces of a unit. So we're good. That was another uneventful, really brown is what hurts us. I mean, he was able to remove some disruption markers, but brown is the thing that kills us, and maybe red would have, because we were in his zone there, red. He could have hurt us. I mean, this brown had intensive fire around him. So, yes, we got lucky again. So now we're going to take another event, And it's that stupid Japanese movement gets disregarded this turn, but turn's already over. Okay, so I get 3 engineering markers, and I'm going to just use them to remove disruption. So these 2 disruption are gone, and then my third one will remove his disruption. And there you go. Done. So now it's peanut butter action time, and here's 2 of my 3 actions, and there's 3. So let's figure this out. HQs. That one stays at 3, that one stays at 2. So this one has a range of 2. I do need to, he's a hero. I would need an action to use him, so I will. He's going to use an action. All 3 of these are going to close combat that thing, because I'm really sick of them. Tell him what you really think, Jeff. So let's do that. And then this guy here is going to move again. This is not an intense fire, and this one is. So he's finally next to where he needs to go. Okay, so up here, we have a 4 strength unit, so that's going to get him a card. 2 cards for the unit in depth, so that's 3 total, and then the CC gets him a 4th card. So 4 cards for the Japanese. Not excited about him getting 4 cards, because he'll use that to kill 8 of my units. And then I have 2, 5, 7 pips plus a hero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. The color in question is our dreaded brown. He is disrupted, so we skip him, and we go first, and of course there's no brown. He goes, and thank goodness. We go, no brown. He goes, he would reinforce, he's already reinforced. We go, and we finally got a brown. So we destroyed his depth marker. And we destroy this card, which would have been a brown. So this is working out finally for us. He goes, and he gets a brown. So this tank will take the hit. And this guy, oh, we lose a card, which was a brown. Now we get to go again. No brown, again. There's our brown. We finally killed the guy. My goodness. Now, does he have the ability to escape? And the answer is no. So he doesn't go back in the reserve. And the reason is this path is blocked by these 2. This path is blocked by this tank. And he could go this way, but then the garrison's block. So he really was cut off from communication. Okay, so now we get to move. This is a free move. So I'm going to go here to take that spot because we need to take E. This is a free move. He's going to join in on the attack here at a strength 7. This tank is also going to join in at strength 4. This hero is going to join in at strength 8. These 2 are also going to join in. We're all joining in. We have the flank, we have the radio, and of course we draw a close freaking combat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an optional attrition. Well, hold on. Let's add up some stuff here. This is an 8 and a 9. We don't double the bottom because it's just a building. So I need 18 total strength. So I had 7, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 5. I had more than enough. So I did take optional attrition on him to destroy this close combat requirement. This guy is going to remain there, but he's now disrupted, and all you need is a flank. So these 2 units alone can kill him next time, and his days are numbered. Now this guy is going to attack, and we got a close combat guy again. So that's a 7, that's a 4. We are greater, but not double. He gains a depth marker. So that hurts. So he's a close combat and he gained a depth marker. So that's E, giving us fits there. Okay. The close combat was, yeah, because he's a hero, but I can't help with the close combat. Actually, no, look, he gets to add +1, so we had 8. So screw you, you don't get an end. We actually had double, so we disrupted him. I can use that hero to add a strength to his attack. So he's doubled. So right now, the only problem child right now is this one, and I do need to move other units in. And this tank didn't do anything. This is a very large range, so he's going to start moving. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to get in position to try to help here or there. And speaking of which, this guy wasn't attacking him alone. He was helping, so because he has a range 2. So I had more than enough strength. I just didn't have the close combat requirement. Okay, moving on. I don't think I need to use actions for anybody because this command post is going to hit everybody here. And I'm realizing another thing, folks, is that since I don't need to take that tail end of the island, I didn't need to worry about my HQs covering the whole island. Remember, I was spending this whole game trying to make sure the circles didn't overlap. My HQ play was really poor because I didn't think about the end game objectives. I really only need to take just these spots, and that's it. So anyways, back to this. This guy was disrupted. He needs close combat, so let's get it done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a hero is 5. So we're going to get 5 cards. I already have 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the Japanese unit is going to get... Okay, so he's got... I don't know if you can see this, but his depth marker we had to reveal, and he's got 2. So he's going to get 4 cards. 2 for the units, and then 2 for the 2 CC symbols. He is disrupted, so we skip him. It's brown. We go first. We got a brown. He would reinforce, but this happens before this. So we destroyed his depth marker and his card. So now he goes, and no brown. Then we go, no brown. Then he goes. He gets a depth marker, and it's going to be a coastal depth, and it's just a tactical reinforcement. So he doesn't actually get it, but it does mean draw a random unit from the Japanese reserve box, and it goes to an empty inland position in communication nearest to the hex. So it's going to go here in B. Another reason to abandon B. Okay, so I think that was him, and of course it's a miss. And then we go, and we got our brown. The conscripts would surrender, but he would not have surrendered. But the brown got him, and he's not escaping. We have him cut off from communication, so that's eliminated. So we finally got him. Yippee skippy there. And I think we successfully took D. Because now what's going to happen is, well, that's on a purple, and I need to keep him there. I attacked with everybody, so I have nobody to move into here. We do have his communication cut off, so unless he gets an infiltration action, we're going to be okay. So I am going to start abandoning ship with B. So for example, this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3 to help us down here. This one's disrupted, so he can't move. This guy is holding on to B2, but he's in an intense fire, so if this ever fires, he would get hit. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then this is going to be one of my actions to get him out of there. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So those two are out, and they're well within free action range. My engineers I'm keeping, and I think I've moved everybody on the board. So we did make some progress. Even though we didn't fully capture everything yet, this was good progress. We are now 2 turns away from ending the game. We draw the event. Place all US units in there so nothing happens. So now they get to go, and we have orange, reinforce. I'm looking at orange, and I don't see any. So no reinforcements for orange. We have a double blue, and there's no blue. And we have a double green, and there is a green, but he's disrupted. So we just remove his disruption marker. And just to give you a heads up, I mean, this is a green, that's a brown, that's a red. These are brown, that's a purple, that's a red. And so this would have been a brown, but you can see we got colors that didn't, for I think the 3rd turn in a row, we got blessed with this. But we do get see there's an artillery here, so it's 8 of any artillery. I highly doubt they have 8 artillery left. This one was an artillery, but I just took it. I think there's one here, but they don't control it. There's 1, 2, 3. They have 3 artillery. They didn't have enough to shoot, and that was to be expected. Okay, so now we get our 3 engineering actions, which we don't even have disrupted units, so I think we're just going to use them as wild cards or things of that nature. So we got to do stuff. So this guy gets to move 3. 1, 2, 3. And so we just took A. This guy is going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm wondering if I forgot to move them last turn, but that's okay. This one gets to move 3 to here. This one will move 3. Well, he's not going to move 3. This one's going to attack red, and this tank is going to support him. And it's just a 1. That was the easy peasy kill. And now this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, and we took that one. This one will go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I probably shouldn't have attacked with that tank. I should have used the artillery instead of the tank. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to do that. I wasn't thinking it through. I'm trying to rush. I just want to take the spot. That's what I'm suggesting. This, I think, is a close combat I have to do. And then this one I can easily kill with just these 2 units. And they're both, this is a free action and that's free action. So this guy's destroyed. And he does not have communication. And here's why. He can trace to this unit, but there's no other Japanese unit for him to get to. He has to get all the way over to here, and we have all those spots cut off. So he's out. All right, so with that being said, this guy is a free move to theirs because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like even this one, he's staying there because we need to hold a spot. We're holding a lot of spots. This guy is going to move to here, so this guy can 1, 2, 3 to there. In case he fails his close combat, we'll have more set up for next turn. This guy has to hold his spot. So now we're going to do this close combat. He's going to get 2 cards, and we're going to get 5 cards. So 2 for him, and this is brown, and 5 for us. 3, 4, 5. The game is coming close to an end, and I think we're right where we want to be. He's disrupted, so we go first. It's brown, and there's our brown. He is dead. So he only had 1 unit, so we got him. And if I was thinking when I moved this guy to here and this guy to there, I would have waited for this outcome before I moved him, and then I would just go there. And I know I'm reneging on stuff, but please forgive me. I'm trying to rush through this without slowing down. It's quite late at night, and I do want to get some sleep again, but I also want to finish this game. So I'm trying to push and have everything, my cake and my icing along with it. Okay, so this guy got lucky. So we're going to get him out of there. 1, 2, 3. And then we just need this guy to move here. And we are basically at a spot where we can end the game. We'll let the events happen. We'll let the Japanese do their worst. But we're out of everybody's fire zone. They can't hit us. They could try to mortar and stuff like that. So we do have to at least draw the cards. But that's where we're at. We're going to move to the last turn. I'm not going to shuffle. Here's the event card. Remove disruption from all Japanese units. Not a problem. No one's disrupted. Their attack is a double gold. Nothing. A purple reinforcement. I'm just going to look real quick. But this purple is a coastal. And so nobody's within his range of fire. So what he would do is he would redeploy and then fire. But he has to be redeploy within 3 hexes. So, I mean, all he's going to do is move to brown here. And brown still can't fire at anybody. So nothing happens. And then brown goes. And once again, brown can't do anything. And it is a brown muster. And nobody's going to muster. So we draw another event. We get another hero. And since we're out of heroes, the game rules say when you're out of heroes, you just get to reveal the top marker of something. So, for example, we can reveal that. It's now my turn to do actions, and I'm going to forfeit all my actions because we're done. So, remember what I said. We needed to have 3 full zones under control, and one of those 3 has to be Zone A or Zone F. And then we need to have 8 more from yet another zone. So starting over here, you can see I have Zone F. All of Zone F is taken. Over here, you can see I have Zone A. All of Zone A is taken. The last of the Zone A's was these 3 right here, which you saw me take a turn or 2 ago. So there's 2 of the 3 zones, and both of them were I needed to have at least one of the 2 of them as my mandatory zone. So I actually got both of them. The mandatory zone's covered, and I have 2 out of my 3. Now here's my 3rd out of the 3, Zone E. There's 14 spots in Zone E. It's crazy. Oh, actually there's 15 spots, but I got all 15. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I'm sure 15 is somewhere else in here somewhere. Maybe that one was 15. So anyways, we got all 15 of Zone E. Okay, so there's my 3 zones, and then I also have all of Zone D. So there's 16 Zone D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and that one's 16. Actually, there's even 17. So I only needed 8 more. So I blew that out of the water. I don't think there's an actual score in this game. This one, your goal is just to control these zones. There is no victory point score like there was in the first one. Here we go. You win decisively. Oh no, that's only after turn 15. So if we would have had 20 hexes after turn 15, we win decisively. And yeah, so I made the same exact mistake when I played Omaha Beach. On turn 15, you were supposed to check, and if you had 20 positions, you win decisively. 3 of them have to have a field of fire on the southern beach, which is on that side. I don't think I had 3. Remember, I took these really late in the game, so I didn't have anybody with a field of fire on the southern end of the beach. So I'm pretty sure I didn't win decisively. If I had less than 12, I would have lost. I'm pretty sure I had more than 12. I already had 10 or 11 before we even got to the end of the last one, or I had 11 at the end of the last one. And then if you do not win or lose, you continue to 30, which is what we did. So I forgot to do this check, but I think it worked out just fine. The key thing here is that 3 of your 20 have to face the southern water. And I guarantee you, I mean, in order to get that, you need the ones that are up on that end of the beach. That's the southern water that way, not this way. So, so here you can see I win. I've secured all positions in 3 island zones, one of which was A or F. I got both of them, plus at least 8. I got all of D as my third one, and then all of E. I actually got 4 complete zones. And that's a win. It's not a decisive victory or anything like that. So this was my first time ever playing this, and I won. So does that mean it's too easy? I laugh at you. No, it does not mean it's too easy. If you remember my first couple turns, I think there's even some viewers that commented that they've never seen a worst opening set of turns, and they've played this game several times. So I think the thing I want to impress upon you is even when you have awful opening turns, like I did, you can still win. Now, did I somehow cheat because I didn't follow the rules correctly? I think there were a few spots where I failed to follow the rules correctly, but I'm pretty adamant that this one is a solid gameplay. There's not a lot of asterisks next to this one. I think the biggest one is sometimes when you draw these reinforced markers, or like that one's an infiltration. We didn't even see that one. But when you draw these letters, you have to be really careful. And sometimes I'm glancing at the thing and I say, oh, nothing happens. But really something does happen. And if anything, the one rule I busted was I undisrupted the tanks after turn 1. So technically those tanks wouldn't have attacked me as quickly as they did. This was a fun game. That's the best way I can put it. I like the way the letters get slowly introduced. And let me also say that I think that getting P first and then A second, and M and R being the 2 last ones, was awesome. If you would have gotten M or R earlier, I think it's awful, because M and R are the ways that Japan adds units. The one asterisk I had is I was killing my units in the eliminated pool when they were supposed to be going there, but I think I fixed that by putting half of them over. What's there to say? I usually don't like, I guess I'm never afraid to give my opinion about a game. Like for example, that FFG game by a designer I absolutely love, Corey Kanishka, that Discover Lands Unknown, I hated that game. I don't even want to own it anymore. That's how much I don't like that game. I played it 5 times, I think, 4 times. But anyways, I personally know him and his wife and his daughter. I've even had Easter dinner with them, so they're very nice people. So, I hope if he ever watches this video, he understands, and I think he does. He's a pretty cool guy that way. I love some of his other games. I don't like that one. And with that said, where does this one fall in? I don't know. Close combat makes me pull my hair out. But without it, I would have cakewalked this game. And so it does, that tension needs to be there. This one is a lot more random. Also, hey, bear in mind, these last 4 turns, we drew cards where the Japanese units couldn't fire on us. If we would have drawn brown on some of these key turns when we didn't want brown, or if we would have drawn red when I was trying to go there, they would have changed things on us. So I think some of this is just, I mean, the randomness and the luck. What's really interesting about this game is it can make you grab your ankles, but at the same time, it can also be how you win the game. So the luck swings so much both ways. And I think that's true of Omaha Beach as well. This one, it's a little more true because of the close combat thing, right? I mean, you have no control. You know, I need a brown. I need a brown. I need a brown, you know. We do barrages all the time, right? And we say, oh, I just need a brown. So we're not afraid to do a barrage action, right? So why are we afraid to do close combat? With a barrage action, I need a brown, and I would do it, and I'm just drawing one card. With close combat, I'm drawing 6 cards, and yet I still don't get a brown. So that's what drives me nuts. This is good, and it's staying in my collection, that's for sure. I think the position group versus position hex was confusing as hell. I don't know what the other future, like what Palelu and Iwo Jima does, but that was a challenge. I think I got it figured out now, but if there was anywhere that I messed up the most, it would have been there. But anyways, very good. You might see a second playthrough of this. I'm not sure. I did confirm that the game that's on its way is Crisis. It's an economic game. I'm definitely hitting that one to the table. It's got a great solo mode. I definitely want to show it to people. It's not a new game. It's about 2 years old now. But the first edition, only so many people bought it, and it wasn't very well known. But the few people who had it aren't parting with it because it's pretty fun. So, yeah, that's that. I like to ramble at the end, and I apologize. So let me get this squared away, and it'll probably be uploaded tomorrow morning. But there you have it. Dday at Tarawa. And I'm claiming victory on this one. So I think some people said this was the hardest one, or at least what I read this morning. To be quite honest, before I started playing Omaha and then this one, so I've been playing this now for 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, these 2 games. I've only ever heard Palelu being impossible. Like there's this airstrip you have to get across, and that there's all these problems getting across it. I think historically, if I remember my battles correctly, Palelu was actually very difficult to get across that airstrip. So it would at least be thematic. So I think people have said Palelu is the hardest. I think this one is hard because the wading from the reef through all these ocean spaces is quite a challenge. And that actually leads me to my second criticism. And you heard me say it. Like, this is a brown. Which brown is contributing to this? Is it this brown over here? Is it this brown over here? God only knows. So if this brown is disrupted, is this brown free? That I don't like that part of this. To me, it's not clear who's contributing to this brown. That's my first gripe. My second one is the graphics on this are brutal. This ring, I've concluded, is a crater ring, but other than this little line here to indicate that there's a circle, I wouldn't know that. I hate that. I think that's awful. This you can see is a crater ring, I guess. That one's a little more pronounced. The other thing I don't like is, for example, let me clear some of these. That right there, that is a red circle. See how hard that is to see? I mean, I'm zooming in a lot on it so you can see it now. But see, like, that's a brown circle. It blends in. And when you're glancing at the board with your eyes, I mean, yeah, when I look at it closely like this, I see it. But that's the thing, is it's not pronounced. And the whole beauty of Omaha Beach in the board is that it looked, I don't want to say ugly, but at first you're like, what the hell are all these dots? And, you know, but they're so pronounced on the Omaha Beach board. They're clear, they're crisp. You know that there's intense fire in this beach. Here, I know what the fire is on this beach here, but then when I start getting into this, it just gets really messy. And then you got these tunnels, and look, the tunnels are brown too. When I start clearing these units, you can see, like, there's the blue circle right there. That blue circle, I can see it, yeah. There's nothing here I can't see. It's just that it gets very distorted. You know, and then, oh yeah, that's right, with these palms. So this is a brown, then you have all these palm trees. Look at that palm tree there, the center of it. Doesn't that look like a brown circle? Or that one? I mean, the only reason you know that that's not a brown circle is because it's got the little spikes coming out. But these brown circles next to the palm trees, I mean, my goodness. There's one. There's a half circle that's inside of the palm trees. You can see it, yeah. There's nothing here you can't see, but it's definitely ugly. I mean, that little red circle to me blends in because it's right along the line. Even that purple blends in. The only reason that one's easier to see is because the red line sort of contrasts it. But hopefully you get my point. I'm not saying that it ruins the game. I just think that compared to Omaha Beach, this is a step down. So whoever did this didn't do as good of a job as Omaha Beach. But gameplay-wise, there's a lot more randomness and luck with this one. But I think this one, if I were to play it again, I would get a completely different play. We played Omaha Beach 3 times, and those opening moves, just like in chess, are pretty much the same. I always need to climb. I always need to send a ranger to the right to climb a cliff. I always need my units are always going to drift left, and then I have to worry about them being concentrated, right? I have that one unit that's always going to go 8 spaces to the left and then have to climb a cliff. I always have, 4 different shapes on my tanks, and the best outcome I can get is to have 2 of them survive and get delayed. That is the opening move every single time, and I can even recite it without even having the game out in front of me, just from those 3 playthroughs. This, I can't even tell you how the game's going to start, because those LBTs and the cards you draw, I mean, everything is so random and wild. I mean, you could crash on the reef, you can crash in the water, or you can go to the beach and go 2 steps inland. The fact that is so drastically different makes this game better. So, in terms of what's the strength of this one, I think has more replayability. I hate to say it, but I think it does. The Omaha Beach one is replayable, yes, but I think you almost want to just jump to turn 7 with Omaha Beach. Those early rounds are going to be sort of mechanical, whereas with this one, from the start, you're in trouble. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Stay awesome. Next up, I'm actually going to crack out Palelu and see if I can just do a streak of Dday games. I've been ignoring my kids, though, so I may just enjoy some playoff football tomorrow and take a break. So we'll see. Thank you for watching. Thanks, everybody, for your comments and for your help. I'm really enjoying these games. Stay awesome.